So hi everyone, welcome to Spentarn learning platform, and we are continuing this series with this third lecture. And in this third module, we'll be going to discuss global infrastructure and reliability. As the name itself saying, we will be going to discuss about a lot of things which is important in the AWS infrastructure, like availability zone, regions, edge location, and many more. So let's go ahead and start this particular module. So here we are. On completion, you will be able to summarize the AWS global infrastructure benefits, describe availability zone, describe the benefit of Amazon Cloudfront and edge locations, compare the methods for provisioning AWS services. These are the topics which we are going to discuss today. So, for an example, here is the example of build a global footprint. First of all, this is my one shop and these are my other shops in the different blocks is nothing but your areas. Like in India we have sectors, sector 1, sector 62, right? Like that only. So here one by one car is coming, but there is a parade route which is officially managed by the army for today only. Let us suppose it's 26 January and it's a parade day for India. So they have just closed this route, and this is a coffee shop where the people want to have the coffee, right? But due to this parade route, it is closed now, right? So how they can have the coffee and enjoy? So what they will do? They will go to the nearest coffee shop which is available right now after this closure. So these cars will be diverted to this B coffee shop and these will go to this coffee shop, right? So this is how similarly we have AWS infrastructure where we have different availability zones inside the region. Let us suppose this is my whole region and these are my availability zones which are available. This availability zone is somehow having some issues right now, which is why it is not working. Then my two other availability zone is working. So my whole traffic will go to other availability zones, right? So let's move ahead to next one. So these are the demonstration explore the AWS global infrastructure. For the demonstration purpose, in the previous video only I have given you the example how you can have the view of your AWS region, right? This is the very much important thing which you should know now. Select a region. While selecting a region, a AWS cloud practitioner or an architect should have to consider these four things. First one is compliance with data governance and legal requirements. Suppose you are from North Korea or you are from China. These two countries don't want their data to go outside in the world. So what they have their own policies. So in that case, AWS is operating there as well, but they are having the different on policies. So the AWS people are considering those policies as well. So while selecting a region, you must know for which particular region you want to work, whether it's China or North Korea, then you have to select or consider their policies and work, right? Then proximity to your customers. Let us suppose we are in India and application is hosted in the America, right? From the America, if you want to access that application, it's easy, right? But from India, if you want to access that application which is hosted in the America, it is very hard, and you must have a latency issue or buffering issue. Then you have to face, right? So what you have to focus now is you have to know the proximity to your customers. Means you have to know where from wherever you are getting the more traffic, you should have to put that particular website to the nearest location to them. Then the pricing. Pricing is one of the most important factor when you are deploying your application on AWS. You will be considering the region where the pricing is less and where growth is more. Growth is nothing but your traffic is more, right? Then available services within a region. Of course, as we were discussing compliance with data governance and legal requirements, similarly here, few of the services are there which are not available in every region, right? For an example, if I talk about IEM, IEM is a service which is available globally, means it is available everywhere. Whether you are from America, whether you are from India, whether you are from China, IAM is there, right? But talking about some specific services, maybe there is some kind of issues in particular region or they have not been present over there. So in that case, you have to consider while selecting a region for a particular service, right? Moving ahead, this is my availability zone. As we were discussing about the region is nothing but you can take an example of it. For an example, this is my particular region. Region is nothing but you can consider it as America, India, Europe. So these are all the regions we have, right? In the simple way, you can understand it. Region, what we used to say region. Region is nothing but as you are living in India. So let us suppose this is my Asia region, Asia specific country we have, right? This is my Asia region. Inside this particular region, I can have different availability zones, right? Let us suppose this is my Asia 1. Let us suppose this is my Asia 2. Let us suppose this is my Asia 3. One important thing that you must have to focus is in the particular region, you must have more than 2 to 3 availability zones. That's how a region is formed, right? Initially, it was 2 only, but now the rules and regulations have been changed. So now it is 3 according to the AWS policies. So in an Asian region, you must have these particular availability zones. Why? Let's go back to this. So, for an example, we are inside this Northern California. This is a region in America, right? Inside that, we have these data centers as US West 1, US West 1B, right? Why we used to put these availability zones? Because in any of the case, let us suppose there is a hurricane in the US West 1A. That means we can have the difficulty in operating these data center which is available in the US West 1A. In that case, how the customers can access that particular website? So that is why we have this concept of availability zones. In a particular region, you can have more than 3 availability zones in which you can run your application so that if any one of the particular availability zone is not available, your website would be running and another two, right? So it will give you the high availability. That is why it is availability zone, right? So this is how the example is given. If your instance is not working in US West 1A, then it should be working in the US West 1B. That means your customers cannot find any latency, buffering, or like a website is not found issue, right? So to overcome these issues, we have this availability zone concept in the AWS. So this is the particular focus we have to put. What is the relationship between regions and availability zones that I already discussed? That in a particular region you have different availability zones. How many availability zones? Right now it has been changed, so it is now 3 availability zones. Minimum 3 availability zones should be there in the particular region. Then moving ahead, yeah, this is the global content delivery. For an example, we are taking a coffee shop, and this coffee shop is operating in any of the particular region in the globe, right? So there is the customer which are from Asia, there are customers from Africa, there are many customers from different regions, right? And this is my single coffee shop. If they want to handle these many of customers, they must be facing some kind of issues like maybe delay in delivering and maybe some other issues as well. So in that case, we should have different coffee shops, the same coffee shops available in different regions. This is kind of example where you can also put your websites in different regions so that the people from the different region can access it and they do not have to face any of the issues like buffering issues or latency issues. So this is the global content delivery. I'm putting one coffee shop over here and the same coffee shop with the same configuration of everything. I'm putting it in different regions so it can provide the services to the nearby people, right? It makes your services very fast and efficient. Then this is the Amazon Cloudfront delivers content. The same example which we were putting for the coffee shop, here it is the Cloudfront. Cloudfront is a service which works with the edge location Sometime there would be a question. Definitely there would be a question, not sometime, that which is the service that uses the edge location. So what would be your answer? Wherever you will see edge location, definitely put tick on the Cloudfront, right? So edge location is nothing but your theoretical concept, as we were discussing about regions, availability zone. Similarly, edge location is there. Edge location is nothing but which works with the caches. For an example, this one is nothing but your website, and which is in California region, right? US West 1B. Anything you can take. 1A I'm taking right now. It is the availability zone in the US West. Now this is my website which is hosted in US West 1A, and now there are many people. Let us suppose they are from different regions. This one is coming from India. This one is coming from let us suppose Kenya. This one is coming from let us suppose Pakistan, and this one is coming from Japan, right? So now one of the most important factor which is now coming. Let us suppose Indian people want to access this website. They are accessing it, right? But they are getting some latency in it. So in this case, there is a service from the AWS which is Cloudfront, which uses the edge location. This is my edge location in between which is coming. What edge location will do? There is another person from Afghanistan nearby to India only, right? So suppose there is a edge location now, and this edge location, what it will do? Suppose this website is being called from Indian people, like almost 20 to 30,000 people are calling this particular website. So what it will do? It will cache the data in this edge location. Which data it will cache? It will cache that particular data which has been called again and again and so many times, and that data will be stored in this particular edge location, right? Why? Because it will then make easy for the people coming after 20,000, right? Like there is a person coming as like after this 20,000 people, he is coming, he will get this website very easily. Why? Because these people have already called it, and the data has been stored in this edge location, and now he can access it very easily. So this is how my edge location and CloudFront is being working, right? So the service which is used for this edge location is our CloudFront. What is the service? Which is a CloudFront, right? So that is it. I hope it is clear to you. So what we were doing is, this is my EC2 instance, which is in African region here or American region, and we are calling it into Asian region, and it has been called again and again several times. So what it will do, it will cache the particular data into the edge location, and whenever the new people will come, they will get the data very quickly. So this is how our edge location going to work with the help of CloudFront service. So now coming to the next, which is our AWS Outpost. For an example, this is my coffee shop. I'm taking the coffee shop example only to make it more clear to you about the Outpost. We'll be going to understand the Outpost now. So this is my coffee shop. This is my building, or you can say this is your office. And the people from this particular office is used to come to this particular coffee shop again and again, which is outside your office. In this case, your particular people from this company is somehow losing their time of work and somehow losing their productivity as well while traveling to this particular location where this coffee shop is being present. This is my coffee shop, and these people are coming to this coffee shop, which is why the productivity is being declining. In this case, what this company is now thinking, to have the coffee shop inside their office only. This will definitely going to preserve the data, as well as like whatever the information they are taking in this route to this particular coffee shop and meeting the different people. Definitely there are high chances that the data can be lost, and the data can have some very important crucial information which you do not want to travel where this route. So what you will do, you will put a coffee shop inside your particular office only, So whenever this particular person wants to have the coffee, he can directly visit to this particular coffee shop and have that inside your office only, right? This is how the outpost work. Outpost is nothing but where you are putting AWS service inside your office only, right? So the particular definition is extending the AWS infrastructure and services to different locations, including your on-premises data center. So what I'm going to do is, this is my office and I'm putting this particular coffee shop inside my office only. This is how the AWS Outpost family works. So what I'm going to do here is, I'm putting the AWS infrastructure inside my office so that I can have the data privacy, I can have the security. So basically, in the Outpost family, we have compute capacity, we have storage as well as few of the services. So and also this Outpost is being connected to nearest region. So when choosing an AWS region for your services, data, and application, why should you consider a region's proximity to your customer? This is the next question which is coming. So again, we need to choose the proximity to reduce the latency, to reduce the buffering, to reduce the time in accessing the data, right? This is the AWS global infrastructure. We have already discussed. Again, I want you to be clear about the infrastructure. So this is my particular AWS region. Inside this region, I have different availability zones. These are my availability zones which I'm creating, A, B, and C, right? And these availability zones may have different data centers. Data center, you can see the physical servers, right? So they may have two or more, any of the data center they may have, right? So this is my particular region. Inside that, I'm having the availability zones. Inside that only, I'm having different data center, physical data center. So this was the AWS global infrastructure. So interact with AWS services. We have already given you the idea in the previous video how we can interact with the AWS services. We have AWS management console, and then we have AWS command line, as well as we have this SDK, software development kit. So this is all about this lecture. Here we have seen everything about the AWS global infrastructure. I hope this is clear to you and you got the basic understanding about what is region, what is availability zone, what is edge location, and what is the Cloudfront, because many a times the people are confused what is the difference between the Cloudfront and the edge location. Edge location is, you can consider it as a theoretical concept, and this Cloudfront is the service from the AWS to utilize the edge locations. So that is it for from this video. And if you have any doubt, you can comment it out. And let's meet in the next video. So thank you so much for watching this video. Hit like and subscribe to our Spentarn learning platform. So thank you so much. Bye. Have a good day. Happy New Year as well.